All right. Hey, welcome back, everybody. PayPal and Patreon are down below if you want to support me. I'll do so if you actually can. But anyways, this is just a quick run over of yet another pre-war indicator in regards to China and Taiwan. As we've already talked on the channel in both videos and live streams plenty of times about the different, military preparations that are pretty observable. Us, the U.S., delivering things like HIMARS, additional air defense systems, Abrams tanks, modernized F-16s to Taiwan years ahead of time before when we initially had scheduled those deliveries. And most recently, I talked about in a stream a couple months ago that Taiwan, for the last couple of years has been quietly dialing down their nuclear power plants, not because like Germany they're part of some neo anti-nuclear movement, but out of precaution since they know what's coming. And China has now recently this year started doing something that is very indicative that they do intend to go through with it rather soon, within a year, within a couple of years. They have started over purchasing crude oil, taking in additional shipments on top of their regular consumption, and building up crude oil storage inventories. And they've been doing it rather quickly. Just over the summer, they added on close to another 400 million barrels in storage of strategic crude reserve. And they're doing so because they know once the shooting starts, the Taiwanese Strait and a huge amount of surrounding waters is just going to be shut down. The shipping industry will just refuse to have their vessels sailing through anywhere near there. So that will leave probably only China's northernmost ports, oil terminals able to receive, which will, kind of bottleneck their supply. So they're doing this stockpile up ahead of time. And if they carry on with a rate of, 300, 400 million barrels every season, every financial quarter or so, then within another year, that would put them up close to, or rather somewhere between 1.5 and 2 billion, which at their current rate of oil demand would equal out to roughly 3 to 4 months. However, in the event of the war starting, because of various factors, their consumption, their domestic oil demand would drop by a few million barrels per day, almost certainly. So it would end up being a bit more, like closer to 5 or 6 months. And that is if they start their invasion attempt next year, next fall, because it has to be in autumn, no matter which year they try it in, because autumn is when the waters in the Taiwan Strait are the calmest. So that would be the shortest journey across the strait. But they've started massively overbuying now over the last few months. So that is a pretty solid indicator that we're on the threshold of it. Now, at the earliest, again, it would happen next fall because they have to do it in fall because that's when the waters are the calmest. Unless they're just stupid and decide to do it, when the waters are not calm and when the journey across the strait would be 10 hours instead of only 5 or 6. So that's that. That's happening. Thank you, everybody, for sticking around and listening. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already. PayPal and Patreon are down there if you want to support me. Only do so if you actually can. There's a link in the description to a Drive folder with hundreds of different graphs and charts and data compilations across all kinds of different subjects. And there's links to my photography, my Blue Sky, and my cat's YouTube channel also is in the top pinned comment. May God bless and protect all of you, and I will see you all around next time.